Welcome to Growin Old, chemistry and math.
Growin Old grows cannabis at home. Raise your rigs, raise your glass, bring the green into the dome. Let's all gather, stream the rose. Let the whole world know. Let's show you grow. Growin Old grows cannabis at home. Cannabis at home.
Okay, so today we're going to start the next season with germinating some seeds. And because we're using Landraces, I'm going to mix them in. I'm going to soak them overnight in a 1% hydrogen peroxide solution. And in keeping with this year, everything's new to us. I've never used the 1% solution. I've never made it, so today we're going to make it. And if you remember, I mentioned chemistry and math, and this is where it comes in. And I could bore you with all the formulas, you know, V1 C1 equals V2 C2 or however it goes. But what you want to think of is basically this is 3% and you want to get it to 1%. So basically you want to cut it 2 to 1. So you want 2 waters, 1 hydrogen peroxide. Now the way I'm going to do it is, see, I'm going to soak my seeds in these jars. In each one of these jars I'm going to put 2 ounces of water. Now I've got 7 jars. So here's some math. 2 ounces times 7 jars, 14 ounces, but I'm going to do 15. And the reason is because we want 1% and this is 3. 15 is easier to divide than 14 would be. So, that being said, I should use 10 ounces of distilled water with 5 ounces of hydrogen peroxide, 3%, mix it up, and it should get me a 1% solution. So, let's do that. And I got my mixers out here. I will have to find something to mix with, because I don't have anything to mix with. I don't have a spoon or nothing. But and there's 10. Oops, that's more like 12. I want it to get better. I don't think it has to be perfect, but I like to be close at least. And then we just need to mix in 5 of this. And I'm still a little high here. There is some of that. Okay, now I'm just going to mix it in here. Pour that in. I got a little bit more water in there, an extra ounce, but we're going to live with that. And we just stir it up. I'm sure there's a better way to stir it, but we'll just go with that. Now I'm just going to take and fill each of these. Okay, so we've mixed up our solution. I filled up these. We'll fill up this last one. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to soak my seeds in these. You can do it 12 hours to 24. I'm just going to soak them overnight. I'll put them in a dark, fairly cool place just to get them going. And then tomorrow we'll put them in soil. But what I've chosen to grow this year, and this is going to be the base of what we're doing this year, and I'll be hunting for a male out of this. And this is Durban Poison, and this is an F4. So I'm really excited to have these, and this is going to be the base. So let's. I didn't open this up earlier. I just wanted to keep it all like that, and then we'll just take and drop those seeds right in the water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we'll put it with the lid. Now what I'll do is I'll take the rest of these out. Like here's another one. Let's go with this. These are Lebanese, and of course I have to find the one that says Lebanese. I did pick one that, of course, it's the last one I picked. But this is another landrace we're going to use. And the rest of these will be a lot easier because I'll just open them up. Now these other landraces, the other seeds, I'm just going to go with 3 seeds in each. This one I went with 6 because I want to make sure I get a male out of here. And I want at least 1 male, 1 female because I want to get more seeds. And with the rest of these, I'm just going to go with 3 seeds. And I figure I'll get a male and 2 females out of the 3 seeds, at least 1 female, because I'm hunting females on the other side. Also, one last thing I didn't mention, let me put the cap on here, is like I'm going for like Peyote Kush and Peyote Forum. Now those are feminized seeds already, so I'm going to do 2 of those seeds to make sure I get 1, and then that's the one I'll use to put in my breeding tent. But let's get the rest of these put in these jars to soak. And then as soon as we're done with that, what we'll do is I want to prep the soil for tomorrow for when we put them in our peat pots. So let's get the rest of this done. Before we move on to the soil, let me tell you what I got in these jars now. This is Durban poison. That's a landrace out of South Africa. This is Afghan 90. It's a dwarf broad-leafed landrace out of Afghanistan. Peyote Kush. I just grew this one. Bulk. That is an Afghani landrace. Lebanese. That is a landrace. Cider Kush, this is also known as X18. That is a from the Hindu Kush area. That is a heirloom or a landrace. And then finally, Peyote Forum. This is my favorite, and you've seen me grow it twice now. But this is my favorite, and I want to make my medicine out of that. But let's move on to making the soil. Okay, so now let's prepare the soil that I'm going to use to put in these peat pots to put my seed in. And what I like to do, what we're using today is we're going to use this Fox Farms Happy Frog. And what I've done is inside of here, I've got the Fox Farm already. And what I did was, because I've got 22 seeds that I'm going to put in pots tomorrow, I needed at least 22 potfuls of soil. And what I did is I put 25 in here. So we're set there. And what I want to do is I want to get this soil already moist and enough so that when I squeeze it, there won't be very much, there'll just be a couple of little drips of water coming out. And that'll tell me that the moisture level is right. Now I don't have a stick or nothing, but I'm gonna use my hands. But what I've done is I'm just gonna pour some water in here. Now there's a formula for it. It's like 5%, 10%, but I'm just gonna mix it up. And remember, you can always add more water. You can never take water away. So So we're just going to mix it up. And what this will do is, when I put I'll put the soil inside of here, and then when I put the seed in, I'll put it down, and because this stuff will be already moist, one, that's good for the seed, and two, it'll hold that seed in place a little better than if it was just in your dry soil.
The whole world know, let's show you Growin Old grows.
Oh yeah, that's pretty close. That's it. I think that's about it. Because I could feel it in my glove, but stir it up just a little bit more. And I think that's good. And what I'll do now, this is what I got here. And what I'll do now is I'll just leave this sit overnight. I'll put those seeds away. We'll come back tomorrow, and then I'll fill these up. We'll put the seeds in them, and then we'll put them someplace nice and warm. But let's check back tomorrow.
Growin Old grows cannabis at home.
Okay, so our seeds have soaked overnight in our 1% hydrogen solution. So we'll just set them aside, and we did our soil yesterday. We prepared it, and today I've got all of these pre-prepared. We'll put one together, and I'll show you why. Now, just put it in there. And again, this is Fox Farms, the Happy Frog. We mix some water in with it so that it would be moist and hold our seed in place. And there, so this is the last one. Now, one of the things we'll be using is the seed huggers. We'll be using the seed huggers to pull the seeds out. And why I wanted to do that is because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the other end of the seed hugger. I'm going to push it down in and make a hole. I mean, you can do the same thing with your finger, but I think it's just cool that you do that. And then I'm going to use some of this Dino Myco. We're going to put a little of this in for our seeds to help their roots. Now this is another first for me. I've never used it, but we'll sprinkle a little bit, and I sprinkle a little bit in each one of these holes. And that way we can put the seeds in there. Now, another thing that, and you don't have to do it this way, this is my way, but another thing is I've already got the tags made up. And I think it's kind of important to make up the tags first, and I'll tell you a story. The way I'm going to do it is I'll take this, we'll start with Durban poison. I'll take a seed out of here, I'll put it in, I'll close it up, I'll put one of these in it to mark it as a Durban poison number 1 or whichever number it would be, and then I'll put it over here on this side. And the reason I'm going to do it that way is, stick with me here, is I was out here one day, I was putting 10 seeds in these peat pots, and I got them all over here, and I had 10 peat pots of soil, but I had 3 seeds left over. So I had to do 13 peat pots of soil to figure out which 3 didn't have the seeds in it. So from now on, I don't, if a seed goes in it, I put a marker in there. So let's get some seeds put in here. Now I soaked them in these little jars, and what I want to do is I brought out a cup, and I brought out this strainer, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it this way. And there are my 6 seeds. And then what we can do, pull them out, Drop them in. Pinch it. Our first Durban poison, DP1, and then we'll just put it over here in a spot. Now I'll just go ahead and I'll do the rest of these.
Growin Old grows cannabis at home. Raise your rigs, raise your glass, bring the green into the dome. Let's all gather, stream the rose. Let the whole world know. Let's show you grow. Growin Old grows cannabis at home. Cannabis at home. White light burns like morning suns, fans wear like distant trains. Humidity and hope entwined, patience forged from pain. Medicine in every bud, a promise carved in stone. Neighbors, strangers, brothers, this sanctuary we own. Line the cameras, tune the feet, let the lip chat roar. From city flats to country sheds, we open every door. Growin Old grows cannabis at home. Raise your regs, raise your glass, bring the green into the dome. Let's all gather, stream the rose. Let the whole world know. Let's show you grow. Growin Old grows cannabis at home.
Okay. Okay, so now we've got our seeds in soil, and I moistened it up, so I shouldn't have to spray it too much with too much liquid. But what I like to do is I'll just take my sprayer and I'll just put a little bit. A little bit on there, and now we're good. Okay, so now we got our seeds all put into the soil, and they need to get put away. So I'll go and I'll put these away, and next time I'll show you where we got them. But I just want to end saying thank you to all of our subscribers. We couldn't do it without you. Keep the comments coming. Much love. Thank you.
One plant, one heart, every chamber, every room, from clone to flower, from dusk to dawn. We change.